All right, y'all, attempt number two. There's been made a few notes that I think would be really helpful for me to go over real quick and maybe even correct. So we have right here just a form. We're going to fill it out, see how it works, and then show you how it works on the back end. So some test information here, Jake and Testy. And I'm going to pick Timmy B. If I could spell. Duncan 6. And revenue won't carry over because we didn't do a good job in calling the right field inside of the workflow. I'm sorry, inside of the webhook. So a little bit of context for you. This is what we had going before. Oh, I guess it's already working. I can't even show you. That's crazy. That was fast. All right, so this is actually part of a workflow. You see it's blue, it's not a gradient. This is GHL texting me. And you see it had verbatim copy, Timmy B. Duncan 6, and revenue didn't show because we called the wrong field. That's all right. It's not an issue. It's just we did a bad job. Anyways, so right now, this is messaging me, and we're going to go into the workflow, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then we'll come back to the bot. But we have the form submitted, and the form was context injection form, which is just nothing special about it. It's just a form, just using that naming scheme so we can recall it. So we called the wrong field here. That's our bad, but the contact favorite basketball player worked. This should be contact dot revenue. But that still won't show up because in the webhook, we're calling contact at your revenue. So we can only talk with it about Tim Duncan. You see we have a wait here, and that's because although GHL has the information and it's sent it to us via text, it hasn't made it available for any other systems reaching into high level, like Assistable. So this waits just about half a minute, and then it makes it available so we can start a conversation about Tim Duncan. Anyways, then we have add context.ai tag. Now, if you're unaware, adding this tag to this contact initiates the bot with this tag. So you'll see context AI right here, and I hope this is the right tab. You'll also see context AI right here. So when any contact gets this tag, this bot is the bot that's going to be talking. What confused me and a few other people on the call was, why are we adding that tag before the webhook? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. All I know is this is exactly how Jordan did it. And then again, thanks to Michael Copeland, he mentioned trying to do this without a premium webhook. So I'm going to go scroll real slow through here so you can read it all. One of the things I will say is we don't know what other models is available or what Jordan's working on. I just copied this from his screenshot. And then right here under context, we have contact.firstname, form submission, what's your favorite basketball player, and then that field, and then can't really see it, but there's an and signed, an ampersand, and then the same thing about your revenue. And this is right here. This is really cool. This is where it defines, do we want them to text back? Do we want them to call back? Do we want them to respond in a chat widget? How do we want them to respond? The reply channel is right here. It'd be nice to have documentation to say what channels specifically are available right at any given moment. That's cool. And then we have accept application JSON and context type application JSON. So I did see a text come through. So let's see enrollment history. There we go, Jake and Testy. If I click over here, we can see how I got in. Got added to the workflow because of the trigger. And then we got right here, send SMS, wait, the wait's been completed, adding the contact tag, and then sending the webhook. And then because there's nothing left to do, removing them from the workflow. So let's look at this bot real quick. This is almost identical to what Jordan had. Here, I'll even move my face so y'all can read all the text down here. And then before we actually carry on with the rest of it, I'm going to walk you through the website summary and how to build this tool out. So you hit add function, custom tool, you click this button right here, and it's going to open up custom tool, or you can actually go, and instead of doing this and then exiting out, you can just click custom tool. Then neither of these are here because these are specific to your account. So I went and create custom tool and added website summary. So we don't really need a website summary but this is what Jordan had, and it actually works for our purposes. The unique name is not super important. We just want it. It's more of a placeholder. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan, but this does very little to describe what the bot actually does or thinks about this tool. What does most of it is right here. Use this tool to get a website summary. So it knows what this tool is for and how to use it and how to use the information it gets from it. Basically, this line, this single sentence right here is what tells it how to think and when to act, which is really cool because instead of now saying, hey, use tool website summary to blah, 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 this is just, hey, get a summary. And it can do that conversationally, which is sweet. And again, this is that summary model endpoint that I saw Jordan use. And then this one took us a little bit. Thank you so much to Kurt Lohman. He happened to be in the right place at the right time and looking at documentation, which is killer. But this is actually very easy. You come, I'll actually pull it up right here. This is where documentation is. This is actually the page he was looking at. Under Get Started, we should probably started there, but you see right here, log into your admin dashboard and then navigate to Settings, Integrations, API Keys, Generate Key. So over here in that bot, if I could click the right tab, from here over, from the bus and everything over was, you could generate, like you just hit that Generate API Key, copies and paste. All you have to do is add bearer, B-E-A-R-E-R space in front of that. And then, of course, if you're telling it to review a website, you have to give it a website. So there's a parameter called URL and the description, the URL of the website the user gives you to scrape. And then after you create it, make sure that you click Add Tool to Assistant and make sure to save the changes. And then we're going to go back to the conversation page and you see that it sent me that. I'm going to respond to it. And usually the response time is a couple of seconds. What was your favorite memory? Favorite memory about Tim Duncan? Him. So instead of me passing the name of the basketball player back, I'm just passing him. So it knows that I'm talking about something I said before and see if it actually remembers the context from up here, which he knows should be Tim B. Duncan 6, which can gather from context. Let's see. It sounds like you admire Tim Duncan. So this is successful. That's awesome. And then I could even stray away from this a little bit and come back and it'll still know that we were talking about Tim Duncan. Yeah, so hopefully this is a better version of the video that I did before. I should probably take down the old one. But yeah, this is going to be cheaper and because you're not doing those custom webhooks. This is a standard webhook. And it's easier to set up actually. Remember that this bot did not require a phone number associated with it because I'm using the GHL phone number. I don't know if this can be done the other way around right now, using the phone number here to SMS. Someone chime in, let me know. All right, thank you all. Have a great day.